Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yako. What it do? The outlet to reality. The holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama, or maybe hide from your baby mama. Aha! Just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! And today we have a very special guest. I had to bring him on the show. Who is the top filmmaker? My brother right here. Give it up for Eddie. What's up?
What's up, man? It's your boy Eddie Guns. You already know Streets Too Funny. What's happening?
What's up, fam? It's an honor to have you, man. You understand?
Appreciate it, man.
I had to call you secretary. She kept transferring me to another line, and then I was like, all right, girl, look, I know you're trying to get with me, but I'm trying to get the star right here. You understand?
Yes, absolutely, man. Hey, you know, I'm a hard cap to get a hold of, man. So you got to call, and finally you'll get to me after like 100 emails and 100 pieces of papers, Post-its all on my desk, and they be like, man, please call this guy back. All right, so let me get in touch with my man. So I'm in touch with you, big dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So
Yes,
I want to share a quick story that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
I went to Venetian, right? I was just chilling, you know, had a good time with some friends. We went to Senor Frogs. And we spent a lot of, I ain't gonna lie, man. It was for cover. I was shocked. It was $75 for cover just to get in. I understand that.
Wow.
For each. And I was not
Wow.
expecting that. But because my friends were already inside, I couldn't say no, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
I did it. And drinks were all, you know, included. It was unlimited drinks. But the line took like an hour or two. So, you know, I had fun, do my thing. I danced a little bit. There's 2 floors. There's were a couple shawties, I ain't gonna lie, they're out there. I don't know where, you know what I'm saying? But by the time I went back, I was heading home. There was this fine, beautiful woman looking at me. We had a little eye contact. And we have this term, for those who don't know, if you were a prostitute or escort, we call them unicorn in Vegas. So I'm walking by and I see one. I didn't know it was her until she said, honey, where you going? I was like, 5 in the morning right now, girl. But you know what I'm saying? I'm heading to my car. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, let me come with you. You know, let me touch your shoulder. And she was touching me, getting on close up. She looked real young, I ain't gonna lie. She looked like maybe 23. And I'm like, look, girl, you can walk with me because, you know, I'm kind of tired. But if you want to walk with me, go ahead. And so we're walking together. She's like, look, you want to go to the hotel where you staying at? You want me to stay in your car? I'm like, look, I ain't even think long term, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about food. I want some tacos, something, but I ain't thinking about you. She's like, look, we can make this happen, and it's I only charge $600.
$600.
Yeah. For how many hours? She said an hour. Oh, it's like nah.
Hey, that's some expensive tail, big dog.
Yeah, I was like,
Expensive stuff right there.
exactly. I told her, look,
Hey,
girl.
can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, ask me a question, brother.
Did you try it?
Hey, wait. I'm gonna get there. You trying to get me to the punchline. So look, I try to be clever. I said, look, girl, I'm gonna break it down to you. I can make it. I mean, you should give me a discount because you know it's the first time I even seen you in the block. I said, you know what I'm saying? I should get the happy discount. I'm thinking about like maybe $100. What you think, girl? And I'm just messing with her at this point. She goes, no, $100. What can I do with $100? I like, girl. The best part, you could get yourself some Olive Garden, unlimited dressing, and you get the breast stick, and that's it, girl. You good. She's like, they ain't gonna pay for my bills, but look, girl, that's like my whole check. You think I want to give you $600?
Yeah.
Look, girl, I appreciate your time, your energy, but I gotta go. You know, it was nice having a little fun with you, and I did.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest, it was temptation. I ain't gonna lie, you know, she was very attractive, and my phone is already acting crazy like this alarm song. I forgot to put.
Yeah, mine is too.
Right?
Amber Alert.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a flood coming or there's another hurricane, Because you know what I'm saying, I still have to buy some chicken noodle soup with the soul inside. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Right, but yeah, man. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a lot of temptation, and I'm thinking too, man. To be real, you know, you can still get transmitted disease even if you have a rubber. I'm gonna be honest, like,
Nah.
and I ain't trying to, you know, be on Channel 7 smiling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a great patient, but he got sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So not only can I get STDs, I can still get COVID. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Shit, that's a double whammy.
Yeah, I can't do that, man. I got a reputation. I still, I still got a future. So I had to say no. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
I get you, man.
yeah, but what about you, fan? You ever had any encounters? I know you from Vegas, so you did you ever experience little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So same, basically, almost the same scenario, man. I'm down at the fashion show mall, man. It's All Star Weekend. This is several years ago. It's All Star Weekend, man. So I'm at the fashion show, man. I'm fitted head to toe. See a couple shorties. Me and my boys, we together. See a couple shorties standing in the cut. I walk out the little store, the Shoe Palace, and
Okay.
walked out the Shoe Palace, copped a couple new joints. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple bags, and shorty hit me. She was like, "Oh, where my shoes at in the store?" And she was like, "Oh, like that." And she was looking right too, man. Titties was out, little tight little dress on. I was like, I looked at my boy. My boy started smiling. I smiled back and I said, "Well, why don't you come talk to me and let's see if you can get a pair of shoes." So she walks over, me and her, we start rapping and everything. And she was like, "Yeah, man, me and my girl, we stand down at the Luxor." I said, okay. No, I don't know. I never know anybody that stay at the Luxor. Just one of kind of like one of them off-brand hotels. You know what I'm saying? So she at the Luxor, and I'm like, okay, cool. So she was like, she hit me up, and me and my boys would go down there. Later on that night, and same scenario, man. They was charging, bro. They was charging. But yes, no way, Jose, man. But it was a good night because we kicked it with them and stuff like that. And Shorty started talking about, "Oh, you look like you got money. You look like you got swag," because at this point, brother had a fit on. You know what I'm saying? I brought my best outfit out the closet out. So, and I'm fresh lined up, fresh clean cut. Because when I clean up, brother clean up nice. I get all the shorties running after me. So I'm hollering at her, we in a hotel room. They had a nice little suite and everything, but they were working that weekend, All Star Weekend. So they was about that paper, man. So Shorty was like, she hit me up too, like, yeah, with you, and stuff like that. It's $1,000, and I'll stay the whole night with you. I said, $1,000. I'm like, girl, you tripping? I said, I thought I was gonna get something for free. She was like, hell no. And she was like, you talking like that? Oh, broke ass whoop de whoop. So she was like, yeah, y'all gotta get up out of here with y'all broke ass. Y'all just made me waste time. This and this and this. So she was trying to say, I should be charging you guys $100 an hour for just wasting my time. This and this. I said, so we kind of argued. I'm like, what kind of, because like I wasn't about to spend I'm not about to trick no money off on your ass, just because it's All-Star Weekend and you out here looking for ballers and stuff. It's not gonna happen with me, shorty. So me and my boys, we got up there and we rolled out, So it is what it is, But I'm not about to spend no money on no twat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We already pay enough when we take them out to dinners and maybe buy them something nice, before we even get it. But that's about as where it's at now. If I took her to dinner, and then got some, that's about as far as I'll pay for it. But other than that, never.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I think one thing that people don't understand, and for those who don't know, is the first time in Vegas. I have heard a story. I heard two stories that happened very similar, where one of the guys basically got hooked up with a hooker, right? And brought her to his place, and that same night he got robbed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she texts her, her pimp, and he came with like 5 or 6 guys and robbed his entire place. Like everything he had at the crib, they took jewelry, everything, and he couldn't trace them because he didn't know who they were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was one story, but another guy had the same situation, actually at the hotel. So you know how there's a safe that you could put your stuff in.
Yeah, correct.
So he ordered, he had one come up. They, of course, did what they had to do, and then he woke up and his wallet was gone.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So he was like, "What?" And he had he didn't know her name, her real name, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's no cameras.
Yeah.
So you kind of screw. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like what people don't know, it's a big scheme if you think about it. And it's a risky thing you want to take. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like a little team. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's why I don't even mess around, man.
And it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Your boy be feeling like Pinocchio. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, Chucky? Yeah, you
Yep.
know. But no, definitely, man, for real. But yeah, let's get to the main star of today, my boy Eddie, the best filmmaker I know. So, Eddie, I want my fans to get to know you a little bit more. Tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up in, if it was in Vegas, and your hobbies, so we can get to know you a little bit.
All right. So, man, originally I born and raised Inglewood, California. Inglewood.
Dope
You know what I'm
stuff.
saying? Yeah. But I lived in Palmdale, Lancaster for about 10 years, before I moved to Vegas. And then I moved to Vegas. I've been in Vegas for about 7 years. And I used to do music. So I was a rapper at one time. So the career was it was starting to go, but then it didn't take off like it should have took off. So I was like, okay, as I'm getting older, I want to start to, get into different avenues within the industry, whether it's filmmaking, photography, producing, production, whatever it was. So I started saying, you know what? So I picked up a camera and then I started doing comedy skits and started getting my followers up and everything started going from there, man. So now I'm doing comedy skits. I'm actually gonna get ready to do a comedy show down in LA out the House of Blues. So I'm working on that right now, getting the show ready. So, it's coming up in January. So I'll definitely drop some dates out, where, people can come if they're in the city, or we'll be filming it as well. So it'll go up on YouTube. Make sure you guys follow my YouTube channel, Streets, the number 2 funny, because your boy is funny. But yes, and then after that, I started picking up the camera, started getting things rolling, and then I started getting clients. People started following me, telling me, "Hey, man, can you film this? Can you film that?" So I started doing small little venues and things like that. And now I'm in the process of writing a short film as well. So that's going to be coming out in 2022. So definitely make sure you guys stay tuned. And this one's a hood film. So, I got like several of my boys from, all over that's going to come and work on this project with me. So that's upcoming as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
That's amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I was gonna tell you to pick at your brain a little bit. That's so interesting. You were in the music industry and you transitioned to film.
Correct.
Do you feel like with film you have more, I guess, you can do more creative things with film?
Yes, absolutely. Because when it comes to film, you have a visual. I mean, music, you have a visual when you putting out, but I feel like there's so many people in the same industry of music that, it's like a needle in a haystack just to really, be put out there. With film, There's a lot of us, but there's not a lot of us, if you get what I'm saying. So it's easy to stand out to an audience with some visual creativities versus music. We hear music, everybody got the same style. So you hear somebody drop something and it almost sounds just like X, Y, and Z. It almost sounds like Lil Baby, The Baby, or Jay-Z. It almost sound the same, you know what I'm saying? So you really don't get paid attention to. But when you drop a dope visual, a little skit or something visual, people kind of say, hey, that was dope. Then they'll share it more. Then all of a sudden you start the buzz. So it's more into that aspect is where I'm at with it right now.
I like that. Now, I did see your TikTok video. I thought it was so funny. You were interviewing a bunch of pretty girls out Fremont Street, saying, "How do you feel if your boy wanted to eat booty?" I started laughing. I was laughing so hard. I had to play like probably like 5 or 6 times. I was dying.
Yes, sir.
It got them thinking, and I remember the girl was like, "Well, as long as the girl consent to," you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it was really funny. I think it was very different, unique, and it was interesting to see different reactions. So I really liked that. I think you have something I already could tell you're funny, because when I saw that, I was laughing. I was like, man, this guy ain't afraid to ask hard questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So do you have like a whole group that follows you when you do that little interviews?
Yeah, I actually have I have like 3 or 4 guys that follow me. They'll one want to be the cameraman, the other guys to just kind of be there for just for protection. Because if I ask a certain question, somebody gets mad. Because I had it happen where I was messing with a guy. Like, I actually did a video where I'll point at the ground and the guy looks down, then I'll laugh at him, and he felt stupid. So he got mad and he started talking smack and things like that. So he kind of started following me, and he wasn't letting up. So it ended up to being like, I stopped and I said, bro, it was just a joke. Can you take a joke? He was like, I'm not in the mood for jokes, and this and that. So I said, bro, man, it's just a joke. Let it go, bro. You look down, you got caught off guard. We all laughed because you did a whole 360. It was funny, bro. And he was like, you better not put that on YouTube, this and this. So he started wolfing. And then he actually started walking up on me. So, I had my hat and my glasses. So I took them off. I said, bro, what do you want to do? I said, because after all BS to the side, the jokes is all jokes, but I really can fight because I'm from the street. So I'm gonna knock you out if that's what you want to do, and we can go to the side, this and this. So when I started pressing up on him, he kind of realized, like, okay, he's not just a funny guy, and I was gonna beat him up. No, he's a funny guy, and now he's got an attitude as well. So that's why I roll with a little entourage, just for safety reasons. So if somebody gets thrown off guard and they get mad, they don't try to come at me, in any type of way, where I just feel more secure with people there. I can handle myself, but it just makes it easier for people to step in like, hey, nah, this dude's a superstar. You can't touch the superstar. You can't touch the comedian. You can't touch the man that's interviewing, asking if it's a problem that I eat booty. Because it's not a problem I eat booty, right?
Right. No, I mean, I've never tried it. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't, brother. You asking some hard questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some girls, they would love it, but like, there's a song even that says, I like to eat the booty like grocery with Omari.
Yeah.
I forgot what her name. Yeah. So I never forgot that. Don't get me wrong. I never forgot that song, and that question is deep. But for me, I haven't got to that, I guess, that trust level yet. I haven't. I'm gonna be real. But I can't answer if I haven't done it. You feel me?
Yeah.
She better put shampoo on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to make sure it's fresh out the shower, though, bro. You got to make sure. You got to make sure it's fresh. You can't just be out here eating all booties, man. Then you got a problem. You got a problem because you come to my house, I'm gonna make sure you got a plastic cup with your name on it, like that, just for you, man. That's it. You know, that's it. You got a plastic fork. You go get the plasticware. Don't touch my silverware.
Right.
Yeah,
And I ain't trying to get no pink eye. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh man, that's funny, man. No, but that's crazy. That guy wanted to get into it. Like, is
yeah.
that the first time that's ever happened?
No, I mean, I get people, if I ask their girls, personal questions on the strip, and, they kind of get a little bit kind of, antsy with it or a little itchy. But at the end, they start laughing about it because their girls get caught thrown off guard and stuff like that. They get a little itchy, but then they have fun with it. Then they'll shake my hand, man, that was good. That was good. I actually interviewed a cop,
Oh, I gotta hear
off-duty cop,
this.
a Chicago PD. Big dude. And I walked up on him. I said, bro, it's not a problem. I eat booty. He's like, do you know who you actually talking to? I said, you? And he was like, you actually talking to a police officer. I'm Chicago PD. And he pulled out his badge. And he said, then he asked me, do I have license to film on the strip? And I was like, bro, like, I was just asking you a question, man. It was from my YouTube. And then he was like, I'm just joking with you, man. He said that was actually a great question, and his wife and kids were there, and I didn't know it was kids, but they were older kids. I mean, they just started dying. And he said, you got jokes, I got jokes too. Yeah, because I got nervous, like, bro, film the license to film, bro. Like, I was just asking you a question. I won't even, I'll edit you out and make you sign a consent form if that's what you want. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, man, I have fun with it, man.
That's what's up, brother. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like TikTok is one of the best platforms that came out. I actually enjoy it so much that I'm addicted to it. Like for
Yeah.
sure, I post like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for sure. I always have to post those days. I'm
Yeah.
very consistent because
Correct.
I had a famous YouTuber once told me, like I asked him a personal question, like very honest, and I said, look, man, I know you're very successful, but what is your secret? And you know what he told me? He said, to be honest with you, I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, but it took 5 years for my videos to get 1 million views. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's a long time. He goes, yeah, but you know what's the secret key? And I said, what is it? Consistency. He said,
Mm-hmm.
when you are consistent with your videos, like you say to yourself, I'm going to post every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
People are going to say, wow, I can't wait for next week. I know those
Correct.
3 days he's going to post. He said, the moment you stop and you say, let's say you post once a month, once in 2 months, people, they take you like a one hit wonder. He ain't never coming
Correct.
back. So he said, you got to change that mentality. And he's like, I didn't have that one video that went viral like most people. I actually grew a following, a community, but it took time. And so I never forget that. I was like, man, that's a really, interesting advice. And I like that. So that's why
Correct.
when I post my podcast, for example, I post it every Tuesday in the morning, 5 in the morning, but I make sure it's the same time, the same day, so people already stay tuned. Oh snap! What's who what you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Who's
That's
gonna
it.
be? And I honestly I agree with that. And how do you feel about TikTok? I mean, you've been doing a couple of TikToks. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, no, I like TikTok. One of the things, like you say, consistency. If you notice, I just posted the last 2 days. And I actually starting to move up in the roster. I gained followers just off those 2 videos, and it was like wow, this platform I never really used. I'll watch videos, but I never really used it. I might post a video here, post a video there, and it would just every 1 month, every other month. And now it just basically like the word you said, consistency is the key to anything you're doing, whether it's music, TikToks, video, filmmaking, creativity. You want to be a creative, you have to be consistent. And me dropping on TikTok, just those couple days, and it just like I went from having that many followers to this many followers. And I was like, wow, That's crazy. So, it's motivating to, I'm gonna drop another video tonight, baby. So, it's motivating, and I got some things in the works. So TikTok, I love it, man. It's a definitely a great platform to move your content.
I like that. I like that. Now, fam, I have one of the biggest questions you're gonna like. Who are your three top directors that you look up to as a filmmaker?
Spike Lee.
Oh,
Yeah. Benny Boom. And my all-time favorite, who just directed a new movie on Netflix, Jay-Z.
oh, very interesting. You picked Jay-Z. Wow.
Yeah.
Why Jay-Z? What does he have that's different that you like?
Jay-Z, I idolize that man. He went from the age of 26, getting in the rap game, being told he was too old, to being 50 years old as the youngest billionaire out there. So through everything he has done, with music, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. Through music, through making films, he collaborated with the Straight Properties. Those were I love those movies. He had one of the hottest clothing lines, Rockaware. This man, he's a CEO, so he's one of the big. And then it's like, then he drops a movie, and then he drops a film. He directed a film, and now his film is #1 on Netflix, and it just like, this man is like, he's so talented and creative, and he's a mogul. You know what I'm saying? And you got to give him his flowers while he's still here.
Wow.
So Hope is big to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy, man. You're the first person that actually said that on the air, like, to say Jay-Z. I gotta give it to you, brother. Spike Lee, hands down, is my favorite director. The two top films for me is Do the Right Thing and Malcolm X. Hands down,
Yes, sir.
my favorite.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
we can actually talk about something very common. So Spike Lee, when he may Do the Right Thing, what people don't know is what's happening to America now has already been happening since that movie, Do the Right Thing. You see that it's in the inner city, and everybody in a way is for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands down. You got the blacks, you got the Puerto Ricans, you got the Italians. They all have their own perspective, right?
Correct.
And the crazy thing, Spike Lee's character, he's trying to, have a regular life. He has a regular job in the pizza place. And, he's trying to do his thing balanced by, having a kid from his baby mama. And at the same time, he's trying to hustle, make that money. Now, what's crazy, what I love about this movie, there's a scene I really like. One of Spike's friends says to the owner, why all the pictures at the Italian restaurant, why all the pictures are all Italian guys? How come you don't have a black picture of someone who's black, but like a positive representation, like, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, somebody's big, you know what I'm saying? And the Italian guy is like, well, this is my restaurant, I could do whatever I want. And he goes, but we're your #1 customers that come in here. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
We want to feel like home. And if, for those who don't understand, that's a very powerful scene for me, because it's showing you how, and it's true, if you're going to have a place where people are going to feel like home, a place to escape, to have a good time, to eat, you might as well make it feel like a welcoming place, right? Don't make it seem
absolutely
like,
right.
Don't make it black and white, like only white say here, black over there. This ain't no, the 1980s, you know what I'm saying, or 70s.
Yeah.
This is a different time. And then my last scene that I really like is when the police, this is the most powerful scene. And I was like, whoa, this is wow. The part when one of the main characters with the boombox. I forgot his name. He's always carrying that, right?
Yeah.
But with the Italians at the restaurant, the officer came in and he choked him and he passed away. He died. And all the people in the community got together and they looted that pizza place.
Yeah.
They tear it down. They burned it. And that scene was so powerful because Spike Lee's character was the one who, like, instead of helping his co-workers, he's like, at the end of the day, these are my people. I gotta stick with them. And then I forgot what he threw, but he threw something at the restaurant. I felt like it was a symbolism of we have to fight. And you remember the end of the song in the beginning is fight the power. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
So it was very symbolic. And one of my says something that I never forgot. It's a famous quote. I don't know who said it, but they said, racism is not worse. It's just being filmed.
That's it. That's really where it's at. Because if you think of racism, it's, you know, like you say, it's worse because it's being filmed. So it's being visualized, and you know, the younger generations today actually really see it, you know, and on TV, social media, even in reality. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
It's true, man. Like, look at what happened with today in this era. You got Trey Martin, you got all these people, George Floyd, people getting killed, right? And they're surrendering. You know, we had in Chicago, there's a story too where a kid was 15 and an officer killed him. Hispanic kid got killed. And all the Hispanic community got together and they protested, right? Because it's not right. You know, he's a young kid, and he got shot. And it's like, people don't understand that, you know, and this is very interesting. I'm going to get very controversial, but, you know, here's the thing. You know, an officer has a weapon, you know, he uses it for self-defense. That's what he's supposed to do. But the thing is, when you kill somebody who surrenders, he ain't fighting back.
Yeah,
it's not right. It's right there. It's cruel. It's you're taking someone's life. You feel what I'm saying?
Correct.
But check this out. This is interesting. Now I'm going to give it a little controversial. I'm going to pick at your brain. You heard about the Wisconsin kid, Kyle Rittenhouse. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
So he killed 3 people and injured a couple people. I forgot, maybe 15. I forgot how many people. It was a lot. But he came in with a big weapon and he just starts, you know, shooting some people. The crazy thing is, when the officers stopped him, they didn't even shoot him. They put him, they put him handcuffs. They took him, right?
Yeah.
It's been already a couple. I think it has to be like more than almost 2 years. This case has been going almost. I don't know if you saw in the videos on TikTok, but everywhere in the media, he's at the court case, right?
Yes.
And he's crying, right? But he's not crying that he's sorry. He was crying because he said, I was protecting myself. Bro, you weren't protecting yourself. And the judge was backing him up, was pretty much defending him. The crazy thing is, if this was a different story, a black or brown situation, we would have been shot that same moment.
Oh yeah, he would have been dead that same morning. He would have been dead right there on the spot. DOA, baby. You know,
right?
And yeah, and like you mentioned, you know, when it comes to that, it's like, you know, you have to see it for what it is. You know, color is everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm black, you're brown, and you know what they see is they see us as minorities, and minorities are are crooked to the community. So any way of using excessive force to us, or even just eliminating us, they want to have any right to feel that if they're threatened just by your presence, it's justified. It's justified. Like him, he's protecting himself, and the judge is on his side. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, why is he in this situation? Like Mike Brown, hands up and still gets shot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, he was a threat. You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin, dude gets off, whatever his name is, gets off because he felt threatened. This kid had a hoodie on, and the only thing he had in his hand was an iced tea and a bag of Skittles in his pocket. And, this child is dead, but whatever his name gets to walk. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy how the media sees it and how they take it versus how it should be handled. Because everything that they're justifying that's right in our defense is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm black. I always carry my pistol. I get caught with my pistol just because I got a CCW. Cop could say I was reaching for it. He had to shoot me. And it's probably not even the case because my car, my license plate, when they pull up behind me, they know I got a pistol. So the first thing they do is ask me, "Put your hands on your steering wheel. Do you have your weapon on you?" Yes, I do. And it's basically now his hand is on his gun. He ain't even trust me yet. He just know I'm black and I got a gun. He ain't even gave time to trust me, but if I were white, it would be a different story. Hey, you got your gun on you? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. X, Y, and Z, this is what you were doing. You were speeding. Here's a ticket. Have a good day. Me, it's put your hands where I can see them. As a matter of fact, step out the car, but reach out the door, open the door and get out the car with the other hand out. Now he's treating me like a criminal, but I went to an 8-hour class and paid my money to carry a concealed weapon, but I'm getting treated like, I got a dirty sket in the car, like I just went up the street and knocked a couple old ladies over. So it gets crazy, when it comes to, this race thing, but we can go on about it all day, and it just like, I don't know where to even it never's gonna end. So
yeah, it's sad, fam. I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's the thing that and it's sad. Even there's a lot of white folks that don't believe in white privilege. They don't think it exists, and it's real. It's a real thing. I'm very happy when I hear a white person say, "Wow, because I got out of this situation is because I'm white." I was safe, and I'm very happy that some see it, right? That this is real. This is a real power. You know what I'm saying? And for us, like I said, every day we have to, I pray every day. I'm gonna be honest. I always pray that I make it back home safely, because you just never know. I may look like a young kid. I'm fresh. Like French toast, but for them, I might look like a criminal. I ain't no criminal, man. But the more you say it, you make me want to be a criminal. But
exactly.
Right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So it's a sad time, man. It's a sad time. So Eddie, I wanted to ask you, to move away from this. What's your favorite film from Spike Lee?
Do the Right Thing is one of my favorites because what we just talked about. Spike Lee, he produced so many films. He produced a lot of Brooklyn classics that I do watch, that I do love. Like Benny Boom, he's another one of my favorite directors. He does a lot of music videos. So, him too, I want to, he's got to give credit where it's due as well, man. He didn't drop some of the hottest classics, out there, some good, definitely film directors, He done some stuff for R. Kelly. He's done stuff for Fab. Fabulous is another one of my artists that I like too. Got a mild flow, but he's done some good videos too. So, Benny Boone, Spike Lee, like I said, Jay-Z, he dropped a new movie. Make sure you check it out on Netflix. And the crazy thing is, I have not yet watched it yet, but I know it's number one, and I seen a little bit of preview, and it's good. And I got boys hitting me up, bro. You need to watch that. You a Jay-Z fan, and you still ain't watched it? I said, nah, not yet, man. I've been so busy because I've been tired. Sometimes I'll fall asleep on movies because I'm working. I'm trying to be creative. My mind is doing this all day long. So sometimes my mind just want to say, hey, bro, take a chill pill and doze off. So I want to be wide awake because I want to see everything from the beginning to the end. I'll be there with my popcorn, my little snacks, my little milk duds, and I want to feel like I'm at a theater, So, but I will be watching it this weekend, so I'm excited, man.
What's the name of the movie? So I know.
It's I got to think about it. I don't know. It's at the tip of my tongue. But you'll know it. It's on Netflix, man. They got Idris Elba in there. They got a lot of good actors in there. So I don't know, not right off the tip of my tongue, but you can just type it up in Google. It'll pull it up right away.
Oh, okay.
So definitely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, I gotta check it out, fam. You got me right there. I was like, dang.
Yep.
And it's interesting you said Fabulous. Fabulous is hands down one of my favorites too. I remember that song with him and Tamia. I think we should something special.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's my jam.
I'm so into you now, and I want to be more than a friend of you now. When they ask, yeah. Yes, sir.
That's a classic. You can't go wrong with that.
Nah, heck no. That's definitely a classic. Fab always had classic. That's why he was another one of my favorite artists, man. He always had classics too, and these were good classics. Like I can play them today and still spit every bar to it while I'm rolling, Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of good artists, from the West Coast that I still, that I love, like Cube, Dub C, Mac 10, I'm down, the whole NWA and the West Side Connection, I had my collection, the albums and everything. So that's there. Then, then I went East Coast and, Jay-Z, Fab, I was had KRS-One, I even had some LL Cool J, back when he was actually kicking lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
The song Lounging. You remember that one?
Nah, not that one.
I'm trying to go. I'm gonna find you the.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah,
that's a classic right there, man. Yes. That's a classic.
Yep.
And then I remember growing up when I was like in 6th grade, and he made a new song, Headsprung. I can't. Yeah,
that was my joint.
That was dope.
And what about Busta Rhymes though?
Oof. Okay. Now you look at me now. Hey, look at me now.
Busta. Yeah, Busta.
Yeah, he definitely Busta. I didn't get introduced to him until I heard the song, and y'all probably gonna laugh at me. It's the song he's with the Pussycat Dolls. I forgot the name of that song. He was featuring it.
Okay.
It's one of their first singles. And he was in there. I don't remember the name, but that's when I heard. You know the song, fam?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I know. It was one of their first singles. Pussycat Dolls came out. Buster, he rapped in the beginning. And then he started talking in the beginning, and the song came on. Then he had his verse in there. Yeah, it was a dope verse.
Yeah, because it's not the song. I know it's not the one. It's I It's not
No.
that one. It's a different one, but I can't think of the song.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember it. Yeah, but Busta Rhymes dope.
Oh yeah, for sure. For me personally, you want me to get real, Tupac, hands down my favorite rapper. Has to be. I'm from the Midwest with the young, the reckless, but so Tupac, for me, he was more than a rapper. He was an actor, uh, a political fighter that was willing to fight for the people. I feel like he was ahead of his time. His rap wasn't like dumb stuff. It was like real. He had, if you need a positive song, keep your head up. Boom, you got that one.
Yeah.
Miss Your Mama, Dear Mama. You know, he had a lot of songs that connected to a lot of people. Like I would say the young ones and the older generation. That Tupac had. A lot of what I used to rap too, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to be my rap name used to be Yaakov. What it do? Before J. Cole had his name J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? But mine was Yaakov. What it do? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And yes, sir. I used to mimic, like when I not mimic, but I like hearing Tupac's lyrics, and because I have a deep voice, so I would hear his music and like his lyric, and I was like, man, I want to be like Tupac. And so like the way he moved his words, I used to try to be it. Like I used to be, he passed away and I didn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. You see, like he had that. I was like, yo, you got that. So I love that. So him for sure, for me, the top rapper of all time. Now, of course, if we go a little further, you know, I grew up with him, Heavy D. You know Heavy D.
Yeah, old school. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I grew up with him. I like his style too. You know, I like Biggie Small too. Biggie Small, I gotta give him props. You know, baby, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's it, baby, baby.
Right. So I really like that. I think they had a lot of good music that was like that fire. You feel me? They had that. Now Kanye West, as we all know, he has something different too. From Chicago. Right. His music, like when the rain through the water.
Yeah. Take that through the water. Take that through the water.
That's my jam, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's a classic right there. And Kanye, what he had was, you know, I'm gonna give it hands up. Same thing, very similar to Jay-Z. He started late in the rap game. He produced for a lot of good hits.
Yeah.
He wasn't recognized as a rapper. People didn't take him seriously.
Correct.
Until he got himself together and he was like, yo, let me get Jamie Foxx, let me get Twista, let's do slow jams. Let's make it happen.
And he dropped that Jesus walks.
God show me the way. The devil's trying to break me down.
Jesus walk. With me.
With the young, the reckless.
Yeah. So so you already know, man. Kanye, you know, I'm a Ye fan, man. I'm a Yeezus fan, man. People always got him with controversy, you know, with all this. He's crazy, he's psycho, but like, you know, like I was watching an interview with Soulja Boy and Charlamagne the God, and Soulja Boy said. Charlamagne asked him, why you say Kanye West is crazy? He's like, because he said Kanye West, he's a billionaire. He's crazy. And guess what? All billionaires are crazy, which they are. Because of the fact that they become crazy because they become creative. They become drawn into what they're doing. They know their worth, and they go and they do crazy stuff because that's how they flee. That's how they gravitate to what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So they're not crazy just mentally like, yeah, I took a bottle of Whoop-de Whoop and I walk around and talk to myself. They walk around talking to themselves. They're talking about what's the next big thing that's going to come out? What's going to hit the internet? How I'm going to be better than what I did the last project, or what can I do that's more worth it? And sometimes they zone out and then they do weird stuff. They'll dye their hair blonde, and it's like, what the hell? They wear big clothes and baggy clothes, and you don't know what the heck that is. And they'll drop some shoes that is weird looking, but guess what? They selling off the shelf. You know why? Because crazy Kanye West, he put it out there that these are the best shoes, and by him being crazy, he's gonna tell you these are the best shoes, and and that's what it is. So that's why a lot of people, don't like Kanye West. They think he's crazy, but I think he's a crazy genius, and that's what he is. That's why he's who he is today. That's why he's at the top of the financial game.
That's true. He does have a lot of money, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like a lot. So that's, I ain't gonna lie, man. He was there was one point he was the best power couple when he was with Kim Kardashian. I think that was really, a nice moment of Kanye. For me personally, fam, I'm gonna be real. The moment they got, I don't know if they got divorced or when they're not. I know they're not together. I think Kanye just kind of lost it because think about it. Kim, I gotta give Kim Kardashian 100% respect. She has been through Kanye, his worst, his best, everything, and she's. I consider, if I want a good wife, if I want a good healthy marriage, I want my girl to be my ride or die, and I feel like Kim Kardashian was his ride or die, hands down.
Yeah,
she supported him. There was an interview that I saw with Kim Kardashian, and I guess some industry clothing line that's very known reached out to Kim and said, "Hey, if you can promote us, something like post on Instagram, we'll give you like a couple $1 million." And she asked Kanye, "What do you think?" Kanye's like, "Don't do it." And she's like, "Man, that's kind of hard, a lot of money to let go." But he's like, "Don't do it." I think a couple months later, she gets like an envelope, and it's a lot of money that Kanye gave to her. And it also said that you are, I think, the owner or co-owner of Yeezy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had a lot of respect for Kanye. I think she definitely kind of put him in like she helped him to grow because he grew a lot.
Correct.
Now that he's out, I feel like that he's a single man going solo. Now he's a crazy man. That's what I think 100%. Because every king has a queen.
Yeah.
You lose that queen, man, you ain't got power like that. I'm sorry.
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes king moves solo, and when they move solo, they actually become a bigger version of themselves than sometimes bringing someone along. Unless you got that real queen with you, like there's people that's been around, like Jay-Z. When we go back to my man Hove, him and Beyonce together, that's a brand. That's just a brand. They got to deal with Tiffany. That's just a major brand. You know what I'm saying? And like when Kim and Kanye were together, Kim Ye Kanye, that was a big deal. So now, like you say, now that they're separated, like Kanye, what he did with his Donna album, I think that was weird. He got all these people on. He got Chris Brown, he got Soulja Boy, and everything. And he talks to them, get them all on the album. And all of a sudden, right when the album dropped, everybody's cut off the album. Soulja Boy's not on the album. Chris Brown's not on the album, and these people are like, "Hold up, what the hell?" And he drops the album. It's streamed #1, but then all these people are still like, why did I go in there and work hard to put my verse on this album, and then you just gonna cut me off like I was just trash? It just, sometimes, sometimes the way a king move, do things in a strategic way to allow themselves to be in a creative mind space, if you get what I'm saying. Because a lot of times you can have a queen that kind of give you directions, but sometimes a king got to make his own direction. He has to feel where he's empowered and entitled to do what he wants to do. Like his album for say, he put all these people on, then he cut them all off. Everybody was mad. But then you think his album still went number one, was streamed number one, and he's it's like he's at the top of his game, regardless of the fact of how crazy people think this man is. But this man, he is crazy, but a crazy genius at the same time.
I see what you're saying. For me personally, I'm gonna be real, fam, and I'm glad you share that. I think he's breaking bridges. And that's bad.
He is burning them. Yep.
Burning them. That's all I'm trying to say. Because what my father always taught me, for every relationship that you build, right? Like what we have right now, Eddie. I met you a couple months back. I was like, man, this guy a cool guy. He does film. I'm gonna keep in touch with him. And
correct.
Keep in touch. And now we on this podcast. Now, what my father always said is that every relationship that means something to you, you have to treat it like a seed. So
correct.
Every time you keep in contact, hey, how's it going, man? I was just calling, see how you been. I see a little nice chit chat, real small. You put water in that seed.
Mm-hmm.
It nourishes, it grows, and it keeps growing into a beautiful plant. But the moment you don't have time to reconnect or keep in touch, what happens? The plant becomes to die.
Mm-hmm.
And so a couple of years go by, when you try to holler at your boy, hey, what's up, man? How you been? He gonna be like, where were you when I need you? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel that with the relationships he's burning, it's not a good look for him. Like, I understand, like you saying, like, he needed his time to be away from everyone and to make this album complete.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, that's good, man. I support you 100%, but you can't be leading on people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
correct.
They put the time and energy. We don't know how much time they spend in the studio with you, excited that they're going to be part of this movement, this album. And then the moment it comes out, it's like you pretty much gave them a middle finger, like, I don't need y'all,
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that does burn bridges, and it does affect people in a certain way. But at the end of the day, when it's time for you to redo another project, you have no one to call.
Exactly.
And everybody's going to remember you from the last project of what you done. So who's really going to work with you?
No one.
Exactly. So no, I absolutely understand, because it's a game. It's a game of chess. You have to when you play chess, you have to move with a strategy. If you don't move with that strategy, you're just going to get wiped off the board. And he will present himself where he's going to be wiped off the board. And then him being at the top of his game will actually put him right on his face. So absolutely right. It's a game of chess, man. You gotta understand how to move with a strategy. Because if you don't move with a strategy, you good as dead.
Yeah. And I think that I always say that with different minds, right? Whether this song, that artist wasn't necessary for the album, I always say when you have two creative people working together, it makes a beautiful project.
Yeah,
because you're sharing ideas. Hey man, let's hit this note. Let's do that. I had one of my good friends. I got him into TikTok, and I had him on my podcast. His name is Agassi, and I was doing a little scene where I had the idea, the vision. Now it's kind of like film. I was like, look, man, I have this idea and I want to record it. And he's like, what do you have in mind? I said, look, man, I have this picture. I'm not sure how I want to do it, but I know we have to be outside. I got my punching pads, and I'm like, I have some combos that I want to do, showing some, martial arts, punching kicks. You feel me? And he's like, look, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I only know boxing. I don't really know, MMA like that. And it's like, don't worry, man. I'm gonna show you while I'm teaching you. We're recording. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're having a nice, a creative, a nice cohesive team right now, because me and him were sharing ideas, and I was like, all right, so this is the technique, and he's sharing his thoughts. He's like, hey, look, man, how about we show the video of you doing the whole combination fast, and then have it where you're teaching me, so the audience can see that you're showing me how to throw it, and then at the end you see me complete that lesson.
Yeah.
And so we recorded it. I had it, you know what I'm saying? But having those two ideas made a masterpiece. And I posted it's amazing. Probably my best films I ever done. But the thing is, if I did it by myself, that project would not be what I wanted to be. That vision would not be there. It's the same when you make a film, you're doing a short film, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it with a whole team. But imagine you let the team down by you saying, I don't need y'all. I'm just going to do a monologue of me recording myself.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, well, what happened with the hours we put together to put this project, right?
Correct.
Because you become a family. So I look at it like, my boy Kanye, he was thinking big things, but he became selfish.
Correct.
Because, like I said, we don't know what would have happened if he had those other artists. We would never knew what it could have brought to the world. Honestly, it's just like, it's a different vibe, because when you hear a new lyric coming in, you're like, oh snap, who's that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where we at?
That's it. A new bounce.
There you go. So that's how I see it. You can't, in this world, people used to say, you can do this by yourself. You can be successful without anybody. There's no such thing as it's who you know. It's all about what you can do. But honestly, the real reality is not what you know, is who you know and what you can bring to the table.
Yep.
Because you may know a lot of knowledge, but if you ain't got no connections, no network, you can't build your empire.
You can't.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So it's that same mindset. You gotta constantly grow. How can I build my product, my empire? Who I can bring to my team, Like, you already thinking, you as a filmmaker, when you make this short film, you're already thinking long term. All right, I gotta do this. All right, I gotta make this happen. Gotta have my visual board. There's a lot of things going through your head, and you each person, either the guy holding the boom mic, the actor, the script writer, they all are essential, very important, essential, that you need to complete this short project. Film. You know what I'm saying? So I know I got a little philosophical, but I had to share it, fam. I had to share it.
That's it, man.
Now, fam, I'm gonna ask you a big trivia question. One of the biggest trivia question of all time.
Okay.
So the big thing, fam, the biggest thing. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
That's a good question. I would buy a business. I can't tell you what business I would buy, but I would definitely buy a business. I would make my money work. I would make my money I would put my money into something that's gonna return on the investment. So it wouldn't be just go buy a Lamborghini straight off the back and go buy a crib. I mean, that's what everybody would. The first thing they would say, if I get $1 million, I'm buying a house and buying a Lambo. No, I would take that. I would think about it. I would sit on it for a minute, because that $1 million ain't gonna be $1 million tomorrow. The moment you blow $1, if you get what I'm saying. So then you'll have 989, whatever, thousand. But then all of a sudden you do something else, then you start to blow it. But if I had $1 million right now, I would sit on it and then figure out what type of business I'm going to buy. And when I buy that business, I need to make sure it's going to return on my investment. So that way I double, or in the next 5 years, I don't just have $1 million, I got 10 million. So I'll make that $1 million work for me. That's what I would definitely do, is make it work for me.
I like that. That's a good answer, fam. I ain't gonna lie. You right away, I hear my young brothers and sisters out there, even my cousins. I'll be like, hey man, what you gonna do $1 million? They're like, man, I'm gonna buy that Lambo. They just spend all that money for a Lamborghini
right away.
You know what I'm saying? They crash it next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What now? You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And that's the mentality. And I'm gonna be real. That's the poor mentality our young kids, most young kids have, is materialistic things is gonna help me be happy. But really, that doesn't last forever, right? Something that Mayweather says that I really like is generational wealth. He says that a lot. It. He said, my kids' kids is going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? And he's making all this money, real estate, boxing, but he knows it's for the future generation of his generation.
Correct.
They won't be starving. They won't be in the streets. But they'll be making big changes, and they won't have to worry about money. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing to add to that, like when we talk about $1 million, you have people, like you said, they will go buy a Lambo and buy this, buy that, but you will probably never ever see another $1 million in your life. You get what I'm saying? So like if you have Floyd Mayweather, for instance, who's a professional boxer, and who's already have the following, yeah, he's going to see millions and millions and millions, and continue on to see millions, but eventually he will fall off his high horse, hopefully not, but that's why a lot of young kids, the moment they gravitate to $1 million, they say, oh, I got $1 million. First thing is, I want to go buy a chain, go buy a Rolex. They idolize what's on social media versus thinking about that a lot of that stuff that these guys on social media have is rented, and they don't even got a damn $1 million in themselves. So, that's why I would say, if I had $1 million, I'm gonna make that $1 million work for me. I'm gonna buy a business, because at the end of the day, that business can turn my $1 million into $10 million. I don't know how long, but the future of it is that $1 million is going to turn into 10 one of these days. Because if I go buy me a Lambo, buy me a chain, go buy me a watch, that $1 million is going to be half. That's going to be 500,000. And then once you start going into a deficit, your money is no good no more. Then you say, okay, now I don't have much money to do this, so I might as well just blow it here, go to the club, buy some expensive meals, go blow it on shorty over there, buy some red bottoms, hit the Gucci store, and then all of a sudden you're broke. Then everybody's like, where your $1 million go? Well, I got this Lambo, I got that, and that's it. Now you're in a negative financial hole. But that's why I said $1 million for me, it'll be a game changer, because I will take that $1 million, and I'm looking towards the future with making 10 million. Then from that 10 million, turn it to 20 million, where there's no looking back. Because once I'm a millionaire, I'm gonna stay a millionaire.
No, I like that. That's a good attitude. I'm with you 100%. For me, for sure, I wouldn't invest in something like what you're saying, like a business. For me, was I'll probably invest like an invention that's about to come out. You know what I'm saying? Be one of the first people to invest it, like you said, so I can gain more money back.
Mm-hmm.
And for sure, I need to definitely like find a way to do something because $1 million, I'm gonna be honest, fam. I mean, if I do my money right, I could pay off my bills for a long time. Be honest, that's
Yep.
the first thing I'm gonna do: pay my bills.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
for me, my perspective is I always said I want to help. I gotta help mama first. First, my
Yeah.
mom is my first queen I've ever had. So, being the first queen, you gotta take care of the queen,
Yeah.
and just like our parents raised us and took care of us, fed us, we have to give back. And I always that's my biggest thing. Like I told my mom, I'm right now 29, but next year I told my mom, when I'm 30, God willing, I don't want you to work no more. I want to take care of you. You know, I want to make sure you're good. And my mom's like, well, you don't have to, right? You know, I know you gotta take care of yourself, but like, mom, you don't understand. I'm your only child. It's only right if I do this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want my kids to look back and say, "Wow, look at you." But he always took care of his mom. I want to take care of Papa when he gets older.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I feel like you by me doing that, I'm setting an example for my family. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
for me, I'm gonna be real, fam, Eddie. I'm gonna tell all my fans straight up. I ain't got no wife right now. And I ain't trying to get a wife yet. My goal is personally is so my mom don't have to work no more, and I'm good. I'm good. And once she's good, my mama's good. She ain't gotta work. I'm ready to take care of my queen, whoever it may be. They said once you get married, your family is your family, your wife and you and your kids. Your mama ain't the main priority no more.
Yeah. Correct.
So I don't want to forgive mama, mama bear. I can't. So in order to avoid that, I make sure she's good financially. And so when I do leave the nest, right, I leave mama bear and I get my wife, I could be doing what I have to do, but at the same time, my mama's good,
That's it. Absolutely.
right?
One of the things to touch on, I don't know if you have any kids, you
I
know.
don't, fam, I don't. But I want to be a parent soon, yeah.
Yeah, I have two daughters. I have a 13-year-old and I have a 9-year-old. And one of the things is, that I love is my kids believe in me. They believe in me. They literally watch everything I do. They literally, see they want to go with me to buy equipment. They want to see what projects I'm working on. My kids, my 13-year-old, she would tell me, she said, Daddy, you're going to be successful. I believe in you. Anything you do, I believe in you. Whatever you say, I think, you have my absolutely stand behind it. Not just because I'm their dad, they're going to be yes men, but they know, like they feel it. They tell me that you have what it takes. Just stay on it. And this is something from a child's perspective, is telling their parent. When I was growing up, I disappointed my mom by going to juvenile hall. I've been out of juvenile hall since I was the age of 13. Assault charge, gun charge, drug charge, petty theft, burglary, joyriding. Well, I had GTA, but they dropped it down to joyriding, driving without license. So up until I was the age of 20, I've been in and out of incarceration. 21, I woke up. 23, I had my first daughter. You know what I'm saying? She's 13 now. And then, you know, I wasn't able to carry a gun until I was 25 because I had to, you know, go through time length, you know. So everything I did was, you know, was for, I can't say it was for a better future, but when I look back on it, I wouldn't change anything I have done. You know, I just wish I would have started things a lot sooner, you know, as far as my filmmaking. When I started doing music, I wish I started a lot sooner, you know, because time, we don't have time on our side. We get, you look up, we're 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, for the belief in my children that would tell me, Dad, I already know you're going to be successful. You know, they like to see my camera. They like to see what I went out on film. They like to watch me edit and bring stuff to life, you know. So one of those things that keep me motivated is that. Then talking to my mom always tell me, you know, why aren't you famous yet? You know, and she said, you know, it's not about the money, but my mom see my creativity as well. My mom will laugh at me. You know, she used to beat me. You know, hit me with the belt. Bow, bow, boy, get your act together. Now she's laughing like, oh my God, look what I created. I created this comedian that every time we had a big family gathering, I'm in the middle roasting my family and talking and telling little short stories, have everybody in there crying and oh, yeah, you so stupid, you know. And my family and my, you know, even my pops, he'd be like, you know, he wasn't a part of my life, but to this day, you know, he's a part of my life now. And he'll say, boy, I seen what you put on the what's that called, the Instagram. Yeah, my niece showed me earlier. I seen what you put on that little thing that y'all be posting on all the time. I seen what you put on it. He said, boy, I start to believe you're not even my son. You just too damn funny. I can't even do none of that. My dad, you know, he has no teeth, so you know what I'm saying. But he just, you know, it gets really heartfelt to know that I do got support from my family. You know, I've been with girls that brought me down. You know, they want me to be a homebody. They don't want to see me succeed because they feel like if I succeed, I'm gonna be another one of those statistics to go leave them, go give me a white girl. You know what I'm saying? But they put me in that category where if you get famous or you blow up, you're just gonna leave me high and dry. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm gonna do. Yeah, every other guy say the same thing, but you know, that's why I'm where I'm at today, that I'm single, is because I needed to work on myself. I needed to build a foundation. I need to, you know, move a rock, you know, one rock at a time, you know, and in order for me to be successful, sometimes you know, like we discussed having a queen back earlier on this podcast, that if you have a real queen that's really gonna help you, or that's really gonna support every move you make to help you build your foundation, then that's where it's at. But see, me, I didn't have those type of things. I had, you know, they'll tell me they tried it. Oh no, I was supporting you. But the nights that I wanted to be up all nights, filming them, create what I'm trying to create, you're mad. You got an attitude. You're in a room. You're slamming doors. You're arguing with me. So I'm stopped and I'm forced to argue back because you don't want to see me happy. And if my projects are what making me happy, I mean, and you supporting, guess what? I'm gonna be happy in both directions. I'm gonna be happy towards the project, be happy towards you. So at this moment, I am single, and I'm doing what I need to do to build this empire, because $1 Million Vision, it's my entertainment group. Streets Too Funny, of course, is my YouTube channel. I'm gonna make those grow, and those are going to be where I'm going to entertain people, because when they're down, man, turn on your boy Eddie, man. Watch Eddie Comic just make you laugh. You can be like, oh my God, it's the booty monster again. You know, he got another one, man. Look at the reaction of these people, and they can, man, you know, like you say, you don't have the balls enough to really walk up to somebody, ask them, it's not a problem, I eat booty, right? You know, it's something it's something I do, it's what I do. So for me to implement this into my life and have to, move away from relationships with, with these girls and not chasing women, because chasing women is a distraction. I can't let that affect me right now. So, like I'm on a solid road where I'm getting my money. I'm filming. I'm trying to grow my fan base, and hopefully one day your fans are my fans, and my fans are your fans, and we can make it a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like when we come back and let's say we go back and we're like, man, look at this. Remember that $1 million question? We're already millionaires. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
hey, we did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I think it's amazing, man. I hands down, Eddie. I like the fact that you said that your daughters believed in you, your mom too, and I feel like all the things that happened to you in your youth time, you wouldn't be the person you are today. You feel what I'm saying? You needed that to make you and to mold you into this strong person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always look at your story very. It made me think of. You ever heard the story of Joseph?
No.
So Joseph, in the Bible, he basically was. He had like 12 brothers, and they sold him to Egypt. And he got whooped. He had a tough life. So he was doing good. He found a master that liked him. He was able to still teach and do what he can, right? And the wife of the master tried to have an affair with him, and he kind of brushed her off. He's like, I can't, you're technically, I respect my master, but I can't do that. And she really wanted to get with him. So what ends up happening, he goes to jail, but he goes to jail for like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out, and later on in the story, my guy, he becomes like a leader to Egypt, like almost pharaoh, like big and powerful. And I feel like your story reminded me of that. Like, he went to a dark place, but at the end, he came out 10 times stronger and powerful.
That's it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the 12 brothers. If I had to relate it to you, my guy, is those girls that didn't really put their heart to you. Like they were there, but they were kind of like not really supportive on your editing, your creativity. Those are the 12, like I was saying, the 12 brothers that they got jealous. And that's what happens with life. People get jealous. They don't want you to succeed because they're not happy. And you have something that is different, that's shining,
Yes.
But yeah, man, it's a great story. I can't believe you never heard it, but it's one of the best, for me, the best story I've ever heard. And I'm proud of you, brother. I know you're going to do it. And I'm very happy to, even have you on the podcast. I'm going to wrap it up real quick, guys. This is the Outlet to Reality. The hold this podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching. Y'all know where to find me. I'm on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, the Outlet to Reality. My TikTok is at Yakov28, and my Snapchat is Take One Pass It. And fam, where can my fans find you, Eddie?
My YouTube, Streets, the number 2, Funny. So Streets 2 Funny, my YouTube channel. My Instagram, Eddie Guns, Eddie EDDIEGUNZ, Eddie Guns, and same with my TikTok, Eddie Guns 85. You can find me there, man, and definitely tap in. And let's make some funny videos, man. A lot of new content coming in, man. My new short film, working on it, will be dropping next year by the summer. You know, I won't give the name out yet, but it's a dope film. It's a really short hood. It's a hood film. It's short and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be epic, man. It's a lot of good stuff in there, and I want you guys to definitely check it out, man. Eddie Guns, Streets Too Funny, man. Check me out.
Thank you, man. Peace.